Hey guys, what's up? I was working on memorizing some algorithms for the full Friedrich, and it occurred to me that I haven't really seen any good videos on YouTube about how to memorize algorithms. I know there's lots of videos that, tell you all the algorithm, all the 57 or however many OLLs for the Friedrich, 21 PLLs, and they list them all off, but no one really goes into how to memorize them. So I thought I'd make a video on my method of memorization that I actually just started employing like within the past week or so, and it's so far been working really well for me. I've had my cube for just probably under about 2 months, and up until about a week ago, my algorithm memorization sucked. I of course learned the ones for the beginner method. The Pachman algorithms were really easy to learn, but as far as any of the Friedrich, most of them were just I was having the hardest time memorizing them. I just came across a pretty good method about a week ago that I'm starting to use, and now I have, I'd say, all but about 5 or 6 of the PLLs memorized, and probably about a quarter of the OLLs memorized. I figure another couple weeks, and I'll have them all down. So without any further ado, I'll go into how I memorize them. Basically, what I do is I combine normal memorization with muscle memory, um, and it's been working pretty well. But I think the key to this is that you don't have to really learn these. I mean, you don't need to get these into your long-term memory. It's really just a short-term memory thing, and the reason is because once you have them all in your short-term memory, you're going to use them. Just you're going to solve the cube. You don't even have to dedicate solid cubing time. In fact, I memorize my algorithms while I'm watching TV. You don't need a lot of focus on it, which is what's awesome. So once you have all these, you're going to start solving the cube, and as you solve them, you're going to have to use the algorithms. And what that's actually going to cause over, if you practice enough, is your fingers are just going to learn the algorithms. So even after you forget them, you'll still know how to do them. Um, so what I do is I pick an algorithm. Now here are my PLLs. I have these aren't all 21. The reason being because some of them I already knew at the time that I wrote this from the Tuluk PLL and from also the Pachman method. It steals some of the algorithms or has really similar algorithms to the PLLs. So these are just the ones that I still had to learn. Um, so basically, for example, for the one to switch let's see if I can do this backwards, to switch the corners from here to here to here, like this, um, the algorithm is little l prime u r prime d2 r u prime r prime d2 r2. Um, um, the algorithm itself doesn't matter. Now what I do is I just read the algorithm and I perform it on the cube, on the solved cube, simply because it's easy to see if you've made a mistake. So all I do is perform the algorithm, and I do this while I'm watching TV. I don't have to have a lot of focus on it, and I just do it over and over again. And eventually what you're going to find is that you're going to start kind of knowing what's coming up even without looking at the sheet. And some people have better ability to memorize than other people, but you don't have to be great at memorization. Um, it doesn't matter if this takes you 2 times of doing the algorithm or if it takes you 30 times. It really doesn't matter because, like I said, you don't have to dedicate uh, time to this. You don't have to put aside 2 hours a day of just memorizing algorithms. You can do this when you're doing anything. You can do it while you're talking to people. You can do it while you're watching TV. Well, pretty much anything any other thing that doesn't require your full attention, you can work on this. And just do the algorithm over and over again, and eventually you'll be able to do it without looking at the sheet. And once you can do it without looking at the sheet, keep doing it. Put the sheet aside and just keep doing it. And just do it until you feel comfortable with it and you really feel like you know the algorithm. What I like to do is I like to do this at night as I'm watching TV right before I go to bed. And I'll do this for a couple algorithms, depending on how fast I'm picking it up. If I'm not picking it up very quick, I'll do like 2. But if I am, I'll do like 4 or 5. But then what I do is I just go to bed, and then in the morning, I try to perform the algorithms. And usually I'll be able to do it. And once I can do it the next morning, I know I've got it memorized. And then I'll go on to the next one. And as I go, I'll do like sort of checks on learning, if you will, to make sure that I maintain the algorithm. But maintaining the algorithm is much easier than memorizing it in the first place. Um, it, some of them are a little easier to remember. Like I said, the Pogman algorithms were incredibly easy for me to memorize. I think partly because they're so awesome for finger tricking. For example, the T permutation. Um, it feels really natural to do it. There's really not much. It's kind of hard to do it and talk and look at the camera at the same time. But there's really not much to it. It's a very easy algorithm to perform, and because of that, it was very easy for me to memorize. Both the T, the Y, the R, pretty much all the Pacman algorithms were incredibly easy. Some of the Friedrich ones are harder, but some of them, especially the corner switch, the corner swap, is really easy. The middle edge swaps for switching these two and these two and these two and these two, both of those algorithms, I think are really easy. But really, it's going to be different for everyone. But I find if it's easier for you to finger trick, and I'm not very good at finger tricks, so a lot of these algorithms are hard for me. But if it's easy for you to finger trick, it's going to be easy for you to remember, because your fingers are going to be able to do a lot of the work. Another thing, of course, is if any algorithm that you're attempting to learn has a mirror or an inverse, I'd learn them together. One's going to be more easy for you because it's going to be sort of the righty version. I'd learn that one first, and then once you have that down, then go on and learn the other one. And it's going to be easier learning them together, I think, than it will be trying to learn them separately. Also, if you aren't aware of it, there's a great website, but it's cubewiz.com. And this is an awesome site. It has everything you need to know about solving a Rubik's Cube on here. It has all the algorithms for OLLs, PLLs, everything. And then it also describes in detail how this guy, Bob Burton, how he does his finger tricks, how he performs them, how he holds the cube. It's a very informative site. I recommend you check it out. It's right over here. Definitely check that out because it's a great website. I would suggest starting with the PLLs. I think, well, first of all, there's a lot less of them, so it's going to be easier to learn all the PLLs than it will be to learn all the OLLs. Also, there may be some cheats to help you in your memorization of the algorithm. For example, for any form of any variation of RU, I remember it is RURU. It helps because if you have a long algorithm where that's performed 3 times, let's say you have R prime, U prime, RU, RU, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R prime, U, that can really be tricky to memorize if you're trying to memorize each move individually. So if you remember it as 3 RURUs, and then remember, for example, okay, the middle 2 are inverse, then the outer 2 are inverse, or whatever the case is. Maybe I don't even remember what I said, but you've made your memorization of that a lot easier. That's just one of the little things I use. You might be able to come up with different ones, or you might have different little tricks. Okay, so that's it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this was helpful to you at all, and if you have any questions. And then, of course, rate, comment, and or subscribe. You really don't have to be great at... I just screwed up.